Crafting buddies. It's Lori. Late night Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Crafting. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Wisconsin on We'll Make Believe. It's Sunday, March 22nd at 11:59 p.m. You kind of know the drill. I'm a few minutes late, all right? It's the 23rd at 12:03 a.m. I'm in Wisconsin. It's Lori time. It's like island time, only different, right? All right, so I'm a couple minutes late. Let me just get my devices set up. And I have sound. That's a good thing. Yay. Let me get my computer set up as well. Maybe. There we go. We almost had the guest stamper in the house today. Almost. She couldn't decide what she wanted to do though, so we didn't make anything. Well, I take that back. We did some watercoloring, but nothing to do a video with. So I had a class today. We were done in, let's see, 2 o'clock. We were done in 2.5 hours, but they stayed for 4 hours. Hello, Allie. Welcome. How was your weekend? I was hoping I had some water in here, but I do not. So we'll do an unhealthy beverage with soda instead. So welcome. Happy Sunday / Monday. Let's just go to our couple of quick announcements. If you're not a demonstrator and you need to know all of the things going on with Stampin' Up!, new products, promotions, catalogs coming out, my store, latenightLori.stampinup.net. We have a new catalog coming out May 5th. I was going to say May 6th, but May 5th. I can only show you the cover. I can't show you the inside, but if you're a demonstrator, you have yours available online. Pre-order for us should start on Tuesday, the 24th. I don't think it's the 23rd. I think it's the 24th. Our mini catalog will go out on May 4th. Our annual catalog will also go out on May 4th. The new catalog and the new catalog schedule, I guess, will go out on May 5th. So we are getting away from an annual catalog. Hello, Yuda. I did not see an email from you. Did you send me an email with your address for the hummingbirds? I think that's what it was about, right? Anyway, I didn't see an email yet. We're no longer going to have a year-long catalog. We will have products, I believe a suite and 2 bundles that will span a year, but we're not going to have an annual catalog. That's going to help Stampin' Up! Manage trends, for one thing. It will help them manage inventory, things that are going fast or slow, what they should carry over, what they shouldn't carry over, that sort of thing. We're still going to have online exclusives, so those are not going away. But we're not going to have an annual catalog that's going to get... Oh, was it Nicole? Okay, thanks for that memory jog. I do remember that now. I didn't get one from her either. But that does make sense. So we're not going to have a catalog that's going to be overshadowed by mini catalogs coming out, all right? So if there are things that you want in either of these catalogs, you might want to look and see if they're low quantity, because if they're getting discontinued, if they're low quantity and run out, they will not be replaced. They will not be restocked. And we've got some outgoing in colors. So the 2024 to 2026 5 in colors, which were Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, Shy Shamrock, Peach Pie, and Pretty in Pink. Those are all going. So if you need an ink pad or a re-inker or an alcohol blend, get it now if it's still in stock, because once they're gone, they're gone. Okay. We've got a virtual album coming up, a virtual album retreat. It is a 3-day action-packed event. Leaders from Stampin' Up! Will be teaching the classes. You're sure to learn something new. All right. I ordered mine. I got accepted into the private Facebook group. My order has shipped. As soon as I get it, I will show you all of the goodies in it. But the description says we get 2 stamp sets, designer series paper, 2-tone cardstock, which will have the designer series paper, and the 2-tone cardstock will have cut guidelines printed on the backs. So the designer series paper is single-sided. There will be printed pre-cut images and stickers. We'll have linen thread. We'll have embellishments. We'll have a new golden glow shimmer brush, a white gel pen, which is also a new product to Stampin' Up. We will have memory protectors, so the page protectors for your album, flip flaps, and photo placeholders. The album does not come with. Some people like ring binders, some like post binders, some like fancy padded, some like plain. So the album is not included, but this is sure to be another fun event. If you are local to me, I will be doing a watch party. If you purchase your kit, you can come play in my studio space. We'll do food and we'll make some beverage decisions, and we'll go from there. All right. We might get a lot of crafting done, or we might get a lot of watching and eating and drinking done. Who knows? We also have our product of the month. This is a new program that Stampin' Up! Started in December. I am going to play with that tonight. My granddaughter decided to pull it out because we were going to color, and I couldn't find some other watercolor cards that I have. I don't know where I put them. So we just printed some of these, or we stamped some of these on some Fluid 100 watercolor paper, and she started coloring. So I am going to kind of case the design from Stampin' Up! And let me just kind of pull it up again so that I have something to kind of look at. And there we go. I'm going to do a different color, but you know how I love this leaf image. So Nature Symphony. I am going to die cut some of those on this blue because I think it goes really well with this paper. I have not used this paper yet. My sheet didn't come with a sticker on it for whatever reason. But this is the Delicate Designs specialty designer series paper because I see some foiling on here. So these are just some really beautiful designs. And I'm thinking this might be the new hydrangea hue and like a tweed. There's copper on here. And this goes with the Delicate Whispers, the one that I've used the last couple of days. Where did it go? It's here somewhere. Okay. But this flower, we've got that die that should cut that out. Some more tweed kind of square design here. It is beautiful paper. You have or have not worked with it yet. And this is a copper. It's probably on Secret Sea. It's really dark. But this is the same image as that little multi-purpose stamp we had. What did I do with my stamps? Now I'm looking around because I'm thinking, what did I do with? Oh, they might. I think I see where they are. But look at that. It's just beautiful. So we're going to play with this a little bit tonight. I think I'm going to use this piece. But like I said, I'm going to cut this leafy image out of this sheet, I think. I think that'll work together. We'll just get some of that. So let me cut this down to like a 6 by 6. So how are you today, Allie? You died. I don't think I asked either one of you how your weekend was. I asked that before you came on, I think. All right, so I'm just going to cut this one down to 6 inches too, I think. A little easier to handle when they're kind of pre-cut into smaller bite-sized pieces. Kylie Bertucci from, Kylie Bertucci from Australia has a chop it thing, and she really encourages people to chop up their paper, which is really, it's a very important step to not hoarding it, right? So I try to just start cutting mine up and not worrying about it. Oh, 98 degrees in Texas. My sister-in-law in Arizona had said something about it getting up over 100. Might have been yesterday. I know I'm not putting this very efficiently on my paper, but that's because I want to capture some of the different colors. Oh, there it comes. You went for a drive today. Nice. That's very pretty. Let's do another one. We'll just see what some of these different colors give to us. I went for, let's see, I went for a walk with one of the gals I used to work with. And I currently had, oh, it reset. I had like almost 19,000 steps today, which is pretty darn good for me. I don't usually get that many. 103, yeah, she was saying something about that hot. Which I wouldn't mind. I mean, they have air conditioning everywhere, but it doesn't get humid like it does here in the Midwest. When we have temperatures that hot, it's miserable because we usually have a lot of humidity. I never think to cut out the DSP. You should, because it's gorgeous. All right. I think we have enough to choose from. We've got one that's kind of mixed, dark and light. We've got one that's more light, and then we have one that's a little bit more dark with just a little bit of the lighter inflections. So let me put that away. And I can get some debris off the table here. Oh, it's humid where you are, Allie. Yeah, sorry. I think that's all I'm going to die cut. As a matter of fact, I think that's it. And it just occurred to me that I might want to die cut something else. No, I changed my mind. There was another die that I've been wanting to use, and I haven't yet. We'll get to that another day. All right, so here, we're gonna take a piece of this, and we're gonna cut it to the full card front size. Should I use that one, or should I use this one that's got the green? Keeping in mind that we're gonna have some little critters on here. What do you think? Should I do copper or should I do the green? Big or small? So yeah, I walked with my friend this morning. We got a lot of steps in. We got a lot of words out. All right, you're liking that one. Oh, they both have copper actually, but yeah, this is the one that I said copper. And then I had a class this afternoon that only took like an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. But then they stayed for about 4 hours. Probably more than 4 hours now that I think about it. But anyway, the green is too busy. Fair enough. All right, so I'm gonna cut this down to hard front size. So I'm gonna cut this just 6 by 6 initially as well. So we can have that a little closer to ready for another project. And then we're gonna cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And we'll keep those little scripts because those are very pretty. All right, and then that's gonna go on our card base. And that way we're just gonna get the whole spectrum of that. Of course, we're gonna put stuff over the middle here. Now, I guess I need at least 2 of these anyway because some of this is gonna get buried. We're gonna put a focal point on the front of here. So let me get, we had a piece of white. So again, I'm casing this from Stampin' Up. So we're gonna do, let's do 4 1/2, see how that looks. That looks about right. And then we need our little critters on here. And I'm gonna use our new positioning tool. And we'll just cut this down when I have it done. And I'm gonna go like this today because I want to see straight today. All right, so if I copy what Stampin' Up! Has done, we're gonna put a little deer on here. We're gonna put our duck or our goose. I think it's a duck actually. And that's gonna go here. And we're gonna put the bunny. And the bunny, we used Stays on it because we were doing watercoloring. So it looks messy, but it's fine. It's gonna work fine. So we're gonna put those little critters like so. And let's get this out of the way so I have a flatter surface. And we'll pick them all up. And let's put that back where it should behave. Hello, Suzanne. I totally missed your comment last time about your live on Wednesday. I have put it on my calendar. I have subscribed to your page. Suzanne from Love and Pieces is going to be going live for the first time on YouTube on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Do I have that right, Suzanne? I think that's what I have written down. So we will be there to cheer you on and just be happy for you. Woohoo! All right, so we are going to do, I'm going to do Secret C, I think. All right, 8 p.m. Central. And I started watching one of your videos tonight while I was straightening things up a little bit. And it was the one that you made the garland out of the gingerbread house builder. And I loved your little fingernail. You had thumb fingernails on there that had like the cookie cutter Christmas reindeer on it. I don't know how you did that, but it was awesome. All right. Oh, let's ink her up some more. Maybe I don't have this flat enough yet. I haven't had to press very firmly to get good images. I want that just a little bit darker, so I'm going to go one more time. Yes, the lighted garland. I saw several demonstrators that had done that back when that was a current item, and they were adorable. I like how you mixed yours up with the house and the gingerbread, and what was your third image? The house, the gingerbread. I don't remember what your third image was now. I guess I wouldn't pass a Medicare memory test, would I? All right, so let's clean this off. And now these are two-step stamping images. So we're going to wipe these off. And put them back. The star. That's what it was, the star. All right, so let's do, whoopsie. All right. So you can see how I just put, I used Secret C on this. I just inked up all of my stamps, put them on a piece of typing paper, copier paper. I guess they don't call it typing paper anymore. I just dated myself again. And then I just taped that to the inside of my case so I know what stamps need to go where. It makes it a little easier for me than trying to look at the shadow on the acetate piece, you know. Oh, this way. Then the design will match up. You need to watch that one. It was very cute. I have to admit, I did not watch the whole thing. I kind of ran out of time. All right, when you do this, make sure that you keep both of your plastic carrier sheets. So the hard acetate piece, but also keep this flimsy carrier piece to cover the other side. If you don't, and you let these photopolymer stamps stick to your paper, you're gonna have a paper mess. The paper will stick to your stamps, okay? So just remember that. And I did not find out by experience. I found out by seeing somebody else make that mistake. And I'm like, oh, why would you get rid of that plastic piece? It didn't make sense to me that they would do that. And I think they claimed it wasn't there to begin with, but I'm sure they found it because Stampin' Up! Always puts 2 on them. All right, so now we need our two-step stamping piece. And we're gonna put our little duck or goose on there, and we're going to put our little fawn on here, and I guess that's close enough, and the, excuse me, and the bunny. So these are kind of like distinctive stamps because they have shading kind of built in to the photopolymer. So now I have to decide what colors. I guess they kind of did them one at a time because they look like they're different colors. Maybe I'll take these off for now and I'll do one at a time. That might be safer. All right, so let's do our fawn, and I'm gonna get, hopefully I can get this lined up. I think it shifted a little bit. I should have marked where I had it. There, I think that's where I had it. I'm gonna mark it right now. Hopefully it'll be in the right place. Let's just make sure. This is one of the first times, and I haven't done two-step stamping on here, but this is the first time I'm doing it with my paper straight instead of having it in this corner. I really like this corner mark that's in here, but I thought I'd be cool and just not do it today. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. All right, so let's decide what color. I think crumb cake's gonna be too dark, but maybe if we stamp it off. I might actually like pecan pie better. I think we'll do pecan pie. But I'm going to put a scrap piece first. And we're just going to play here for a second. We're going to see what it looks like. Now with these distinctive type stamps, you don't want to over ink because, and then let's move this over and see what it looks like stamped off. I think stamped off. All right, so let's ink her up again. And then we're going to put this up here. We're going to stamp off and stamp on. All right, how cute is that? And then we're going to take a blender pen and we're going to blend that ink in there. All right, so I'm going to close up my pecan pie. And we are going to wipe off the deer and put on our duck or our goose, whatever that is. Compared to the deer, it's really big. Maybe I should have like set it down so it looked like it was closer. I don't know. I think that'll be all right. And then it looks like they've got a kind of orangey. I don't know that, what color should I make our duck? I don't think orange is a good one. You were holding your breath? It's only paper. I could always do it over. Maybe we'll just watercolor that one. Let me go get a blending pen. Before this ink sets too much. And we're just gonna get rid of all the little pixelation in there. Oh, and some of my secret C, I gotta be careful. Some of my secret C is blending over. So there's a little bit more shading there. It looks a little grayish, so I think it'll be all right. I should have been more careful. I didn't let it dry long enough. And StazOn would probably have been a better choice, but too late now. We'll just be careful. Oh yeah, your last videos were a while ago. I don't remember specifically the dates, but life happens, you know. I'm just going to stipple a little bit in here. So I am going to use the two-step stamping here because I don't want to risk having that secret C bleed into the color. It worked out all right for our little Bambi here because it just adds some of the contour to the face. That's where it happened first. So I'm glad I noticed it before I just started scribbling all over. Just be careful. And you could have left it. I could have left it kind of pixelated, but I want it to look more like, more natural. That's pretty good. Hello, Juju. Welcome. All right, so let's figure out our duck or our goose. I'm gonna go something light. Let's maybe try. Oh, I know. We'll do Darling Duckling. What do you know? We'll do Darling Duckling. Yeah, I've been getting my snacks before I go on. I had scrambled egg with sausage crumbles in it, some some baby red potatoes with parsley butter on them, and what else? Oh, some mandarin oranges. That was my snack a little while ago. All right, so let's make sure we're lined up here. I think we're all right. I think we're probably going to want to stamp off on this one too. Oops. Let's move that down. Cute! That worked out really well. And then let's wipe this off. I would have liked to have been able to ink them all up at the same time, but I wasn't trusting myself. All right, and then where did my thing go here? Let's put some of these away before I lose them, because they're not real big. And they're see-through-ish, so I don't want to lose them. All right, so then we just have the bunny. And I think we're going to make our bunny very light pink. Let me go get petal pink. Petal pink. The Barely blush is actually going to be a lighter pink than this. Aren't these adorable? This is that product of the month. Did you get that, Juju? I don't remember. All right, so let's pick up our bunny. Straighten out our paper. Make sure we're still lining up. I think that'll be good enough. Oh, I should probably zoom in a little bit for you folks, huh? Sorry about that. If somebody suggested that, sorry, I didn't see it. Oh, back 40 was really wild tonight. Were you still coloring your cowboy? He was looking pretty fine. I have to say, he was looking pretty fine. So you can see I've got some color here. It's just because I didn't wash very good. No big deal. And I think this is going to be light enough that when we press it down, it'll be all right, that I don't have to stamp it off. That's good. All right, let's wash that one off now. All right, I'll put some of these things away. Oh, and my granddaughter was here. She saw me write something on my glass mat with a dry erase marker. And she's like, oh, is that going to wash off? I said, yes, it's a dry erase marker. And she said, can I color on here? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So she was just having at it and taking the paper towel. So I had like powder colored powder all over the place. All right, let's put these away. Oh, I have a birthday person coming up. I think I'll do a birthday wish. All right. Now I want to color our duck beak. I should have used the bullet tip, but that's all right. It worked out all right. Oh, a National Lampoon magazine? That's got to be hilarious. Juju usually goes on, I think, around 10 o'clock Central Time, right, Juju? Unless you're going on randomly during the day, which I have also found from time to time. Oh, I'm going to have to play that one. I usually turn yours on when I'm done here and try to catch up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to take my little blender pen and we're going to blend some of this. Now, for those of you coming in a little later, I use Secret C for my outline. Since I'm using a water-based product, I should have really used Stays On. I'm looking forward to our new hybrid basic black because then it won't matter what type of ink I'm using, it'll work. All right, and then where it depends. Good to know. That's some good laughing when you got to worry about peeing yourself. So some of these places where it's really tight, I'm just going to kind of stipple a little bit. I'm just, for those of you that came in late, I just want to get rid of the little bit of pixeling that's on a two-step stamp, because I don't want it to look like it's been two-step stamped. I want it to look like I colored it all. And I could have, but I chose not to because I thought this would be more efficient, but it's not been. So my suggestion is probably just get your alcohol blends and color the little buggers. But I think that looks pretty good. So now we're going to get, I think, let's do some lemon lime twist and maybe some crumb cake. Oops, maybe a little old olive. We're gonna ground this so that they don't look like they're just hanging out in midair. So we can take this off of here now too, and I can get this out of the way. The new black, the new basic black is a hybrid ink. Stays On and Memento Black are going away. We're having this new hybrid basic black. When you stamp it on, it is going to stain your stamps. So when you see like the Stays On ink that stains, it's going to stain your stamp. Don't worry about it. It's not going to ruin them. Just, you know, spritz them off or however they recommend cleaning. You need to let it dry. The recommendation is to just let it sit a couple of minutes to set on your paper, and then you're going to be able to use water or alcohol blends, and it's not going to smear. So one ink for all media types. So that's going to be cool. Let me get this paper out of the way because we don't need that anymore. I am going to need that because we're going to do our sentiment. Oh, no, we're probably going to do our sentiment. If I follow this, we're going to do the sentiment on blue. We'll see. And I do need a piece of, what do I want? I'm going to do some of this. Ooh. I'm going to, let's one thing at a time, Lori. Duh. Yes, that is going to be handy. So I'm going to ground these a little bit with, we might end up cutting a little bit off towards the top. We'll see. I'm going to ground these with a little bit of crumb cake because we don't want them to look like they're up in midair. And then I'm going to add some light lemon lime twist. And I just want to kind of make it look spring-ish. Hopefully I don't ruin it because I didn't practice this ahead of time. Because I seldom do. Because we just fly by the seat of our pants. The lemon lime twist, I know, Juju, that's one of your favorites. And mine, if you can imagine, like Night of Navy and lemon lime twist, awesome color combination in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. And then I got a little old olive here, so let's put a little old olive in here too. And I'm just going to kind of put some lines, like maybe it's some grass trying to come up or something. I don't know. Hopefully it'll look all right. And then maybe, I don't know if I should go over that again with the crumb cake. I think I'm just going to leave well enough alone for right now. And I'm going to trim this down. I'm going to need that. And I'm going to move my sentiment so I don't lose it. And we're going to trim that a little bit, and we're going to trim this. We're going to trim it to 2 1/4. I think that'll work. And then if we've got this at 4 1/2, I think that works. I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/2. And then we're going to do, I'm just going to cut some strips, I think, and rough it up. I think that's what we're going to do. But I don't know if I want that white core to show. Let's see what it looks like if I dip it in. I don't know if I like it better or not. Just leave it. All right, and then let's just cut a strip of that off. Just enough to put some adhesive on because that's going to go under here. And then we're going to rough up another piece. I could try to use like a sponge dauber or something, but I don't usually do very well with sponge daubers. Maybe I just give it a little time for the ink to soak in, maybe, huh? That's better. That'll work. That's good enough. And then we'll just cut a piece of that off. And then that's going to come kind of up here. because that's kind of the same darkness as some of these centers, even though they're not showing a whole lot. I think it'll be all right. The color combination on the sample was a little bit different. So I'm going to use, let's just do some Stampin' Seal. See how I do. All right, so I'm going to put this, and I'm going to use my grid lines to try to keep it somewhat straight. And if I follow the line here, maybe it'll be straight. Or not. It looks a little crooked. Gently, gently. Here I was trying to be so smart and use my grid paper. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes not so much. Let's try it this way. This one might work a little bit better because I can see it overhead a little bit better. That was better. All right. So I think I'm going to ditch the one with the light colors. And we're going to put, let's go ahead and glue this on. I like the linen look of the back of this too. That'll make some cute cards. Oh, I should probably make sure I got the corners pretty good since this is going the full card front, edge to edge. The paper is just gorgeous. Let's do, oh, I didn't want that to happen. Let's do some strips on here. About that far should work. So again, I'm not going to take credit for this layout because I'm I'm casing the Stampin' Up! Sample, but I changed up the whole color palette. So that's going to go there. And then these are going to come out from behind. And I think what I want to do is, like that too. No, that's going to be too dark. I want these to be a little bit more concentrated up there. Like so, maybe. We'll go like that. I think that'll work. I'm going to put some glue dots on there. And I'm just going to use some of these glue dots from a paper pumpkin kit because they're actually pretty convenient to do on these leaves. I could use my regular glue dots, but man, I have got so many of these paper pumpkin ones. I either need to use them or throw them away, and I just have a hard time throwing stuff away that I can use, you know? All right, so this piece is going to go pretty high up. What's everybody working on? Crafting, trying to stay awake, trying to go to sleep. Hopefully I won't have to eat before I go to bed now. Oh, that one doesn't have a backing on it. Hello, Rosa. Welcome. How was your weekend? We're casing a card using the Product of the Month Notes of Spring stamp set. I suppose I could move this over here so you can kind of see what we did. Oh, you're getting your video ready, Ellie. Of course, that's what you do most nights. All right, so we're gonna make this go, I think, like so. All right, and then this one I'm going to peel these apart too and kind of do the same thing. I guess I don't even really need it that long. We'll take that off. This is the tedious part though. But these leaves there's texture in them, there's slits in them. So I just feel like if I put it on my roll of glue dots and peeled them away, then I might rip them, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to struggle with these little ones. Oh, you got a new stereo in your car. That's exciting. I usually have no sound in my car just because I like the peace and quiet. Because when MacMan is in there, it's always on. And of course, when we start having a conversation, then he just, out of habit, turns the volume up. I'll just start talking and he'll just, I'm like, okay, never mind, I won't talk. I think it's just, I don't think he means to do it. I think it just happens. Like he has husband hearing. He doesn't listen. Like I was doing something on the computer just before I was getting ready to come here, and I shut the computer, and I had said what I was working on, and I said, and I'll look at that tomorrow. And he's like, look at what tomorrow? And I looked at him and I said, did you not just hear what I was telling you? I mean, I was looking right at him when I was talking. Yeah, I heard everything. Well, then why did you ask what I'm going to look at tomorrow? Because I just said what I was going to look at tomorrow. And then he just kind of shakes his head. I don't think he hears things. I think he needs hearing aids. That little glue dot does not want to let go of me. But it is what it is, and I love him, so, you know, gotta keep him. He's good to me when he's not irritating me. Is that how everybody's husband is? Or is it just me? All right, so those are going to go there. And then this one I'm not going to use. We didn't need it. It's an extra. I'll keep it though. Listening to books is a good thing to do when you're driving. Nice. All right, and then we need our sentiment. And I think we're going to end up putting it up there. Now, it showed it, the sample shows it on colored cardstock. So if I do that, we're going to have to emboss it. Should we just emboss right on that designer series paper? Why not, right? Why not? Let's get a block. And make sure we have white. Little embossing buddy. Little Versamark. A little Pearson mat for cushion. And let's see how this looks. Nice. All right, I do not have a hank. I have my cable too tight. I think this is like, would this be, I don't know, what should we call this one? Juju's is Hank. He could burn your house down. I'd like to say this is just a little Henry or something like that, but I don't know. Oh, that's pretty good. And then let's get these things out of the way. We'll trim. And then we're going to glue this on here just to give it some stability. And then I'm just going to trim it so you can't see the white. I don't think we really need to see the white background. Or maybe just the itty bittiest of white background. Itty bitty little white. Pretty good. Oh, I probably should have put something in the middle. It's a little collapsible there in the middle. So let's just see about boosting it up a little bit here. Embossing is so much fun. My sister-in-law says that's what convinced her to start paper crafting. She said she saw embossing. And actually one of the first, what prompted me to join Stampin' Up! Was I was at and a crafting, I don't know if it wasn't a club because my mother was actually with me, so I think it was just a crafting class. that we went to, like maybe a stack of stamp or something. And we're just gonna put this right over here, I think. And then we did water painting with an ink pad and the water brush. And we did, it was an Easter one that had like the cross and the sacred cloth across it. And it just looked so cool that I decided I needed to join, because I just thought that was a spectacular technique. Oops. Right, it does kind of look like it could be, I should have made it like into a word bubble. The bunny's ears are a little cut off, but it's fine. I should have made like a little stick, and I could make it like the birds or the bunny's holding the sign up. Maybe another time. And then we need some gems. I think it needs maybe some coppery gems. The birthday stamp is from here. Happiest birthday wishes. I did everything with notes of spring. I don't know why this is hanging funny. I must have just wrinkled it. Oh, let's clean this off and put it away since I've got it out. Yeah, I thought I'd kind of go streamlined. So one stamp set, well, and just the 2 designer series papers, I guess, because I did use two different packs. Paper Pumpkin Extra Dies has a signpost, and I have those on order. Did I order them, or are they in my shopping cart? They might be in my shopping cart because I think I ordered them. Let me look. No, I had to have ordered them because I had a couple of things in my cart. One of them was the Cutest Crew bundle, and by the time I was going to finish my cart, of course, it's out of stock again. So now I have to wait for it to come back in stock because I didn't act fast enough. All right, so let's find some little embellishments here. I think these are all my current ones. You have that signpost in your cart. That's a good one to have in there. So those are more brass, not copper. I don't know that I have anything that's copper. Oh, I keep forgetting to use these eggs. These are the Easter ones that have Easter assortment. They've got little eggs on there that have the pink and white checkerboard on them. Oh, I could maybe use those. Oh, here we go. There's some in there that we can work with. Yeah, I've been getting those add-on dies since they started them, so it's been a couple of years now. Okay. I feel like this is a little bit crooked. Is it crooked? I don't know if that fixed it or not. And I have an edge here from where I tore it. So we're going to just go like that and make it look like it was that way. Nobody will ever know. Don't tell. All right. So we're going to use these. Oh, I don't want to put that there. That's going to look like the duck is laying a little nugget there. No, we'll just put that there. Maybe a couple over here too. Why not? There. works. All right, there we go. Notes of Spring. Cased from Stampin' Up, although they did theirs in more of the oranges. Maybe peach pie, I don't know. So mine is just a very different color palette, but I think it works. Oh, I'm glad you got the Delicate Whispers. That's so pretty. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. And I think that's it. I was thinking maybe I would have another energy for another card, but our granddaughter is here at least for a couple of days because she does not have school this week. And my husband is meeting up with some of his old... You did already meet your quarterly. You do get another 3 months of discount. And you can do pre-order starting tomorrow. So if there's new stuff you want, look at your pre-order, because then you can get stuff before maybe it runs out before the catalog starts. I'm just saying. All right. But anyway, he's going out to breakfast with some of the guys he used to work with. They're all retired. So my granddaughter and I are going to hang out a little bit. I have a Zoom meeting at 10 or 10:30. So I have to get up in just a few hours. So I'm going to head to bed after I clean up a little bit and after I listen to Juju a little bit. All right. So thank you everybody for joining me, for hanging out with me and crafting with our product of the month. Remember, if you don't have this, if you place an order, qualifying order in the United States is $75. That's before tax and shipping and after any Stampin' Rewards or other discounts you might have. So it's a net $75 order. You can add this to your cart for just $5. What a stinking good deal is that? And on that note, I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Happy crafting.